Picture an elder millennial scrolling through old photos on their phone late at night, pausing on a faded snapshot from their childhood landline phone era, feeling a quiet pull between past simplicity and today's digital rush. If you know someone in this bracket, these moments reveal more than sentiment. They hint at deeper cognitive layers. This generation, born between 1981 and 1989, embodies a unique psychological bridge, caught between Gen X's independence and younger millennials' tech immersion, leading to distinct patterns in cognition, emotion, and behavior that often go unnoticed. To understand this forgotten middle group, let's explore the neural and psychological dynamics shaping their inner world. Elder millennials' brains reflect a hybrid wiring from analog roots and digital adaptation, with heightened activity in areas like the prefrontal cortex for decision-making amid constant change, and the amygdala processing lingering stresses from economic shifts during their formative years. This creates a baseline of vigilance, where nostalgia serves as a cognitive anchor, balancing innovation with familiarity. Their neural pathways blend pre-internet memory encoding with later tech integration, fostering a resilient yet cautious mindset. This foundational brain setup manifests in specific mechanisms, starting with their pronounced nostalgia bias. Nostalgia bias shapes how elder millennials process memories and view the present. It is a cognitive tendency where they disproportionately recall and idealize pre-digital experiences, filtering current realities through a lens of past simplicity. Psychologically, it stems from their transitional upbringing, experiencing childhood without widespread internet, but adopting it in adulthood, which activates memory consolidation in the hippocampus, using nostalgia as an emotional buffer against rapid societal changes like the dot-com boom and 9/11's aftermath, creating a sense of wistful comfort amid uncertainty. It influences their daily life by creating a subtle resistance to fully embracing new trends, often leading to a preference for tangible interactions over virtual ones, fostering a sense of groundedness amid chaos. An elder millennial might choose to meet friends at a local coffee shop instead of joining a virtual happy hour, reminiscing about high school hangouts while sipping their drink, finding comfort in the familiar ritual. This bias ties into their adaptive flexibility, another key mechanism shaping their responses to technology. Adaptive flexibility allows elder millennials to navigate shifting environments with ease. It refers to their ability to switch seamlessly between analog and digital problem-solving strategies, drawing from both worlds without rigid allegiance to either. Rooted in neuroplasticity during their late teens and early 20s, when they navigated the shift from dial-up modems to smartphones, this fosters enhanced executive function in the brain's frontal lobes, allowing quick recalibration to environmental demands, which feels like a steady internal pivot rather than abrupt disruption. In everyday routines, it shows up as a pragmatic approach to challenges, blending traditional methods with modern tools, which reduces overwhelm, but can sometimes delay deep specialization in one area. When planning a family road trip, an elder millennial might use a paper map for the initial route sketch before switching to GPS apps for real-time updates, appreciating the tactile planning while relying on tech for efficiency. Such flexibility often coexists with underlying financial vigilance, a mechanism born from economic turbulence. Financial vigilance drives elder millennials' approach to resources and security. It is a heightened awareness and cautious approach to money management, marked by constant monitoring and risk aversion in spending. Psychologically, it arises from entering the workforce during the early 2000s recessions and housing bubble, imprinting the brain's reward system to prioritize security over impulsivity, with dopamine responses tuned more to stability than novelty, evoking a persistent undercurrent of alertness rather than outright fear. This manifests in daily habits like meticulous budgeting or side hustles, providing a sense of control but occasionally amplifying stress during economic dips. An elder millennial could spend their weekend comparing grocery prices across apps and stores, opting for generic brands to build a small emergency fund, even if it means skipping a spontaneous dinner out. This vigilance extends to their relational dynamics, where a similar caution influences social bonds. Selective social bonding defines elder millennials' interpersonal connections. It involves forming deep, quality over quantity relationships, often prioritizing long-term connections from their youth over expansive networks. It emerges from oxytocin-driven attachment styles shaped by pre-social media friendships, combined with the skepticism of early online interactions, leading to a brain preference for authentic, in-person trust building, which feels like a warm, reliable depth rather than scattered energy. In daily life, it results in smaller social circles that offer emotional depth, reducing superficial engagements but sometimes limiting new opportunities. At a work event, an elder millennial might engage deeply with a few familiar colleagues about shared 90s memories, rather than mingling broadly, strengthening those bonds over casual chit-chat. These bonds help navigate their identity ambivalence, a core psychological tension. Identity ambivalence captures elder millennials' sense of self in flux. It is the internal conflict of not fully aligning with either Gen X cynicism or millennial optimism, creating a fluid self-concept. Psychologically, it's due to cultural straddling, absorbing grunge-era independence while facing Y2K tech optimism, activating cognitive dissonance in the anterior cingulate cortex, prompting ongoing self-re-evaluation, which manifests as a subtle tug-of-war between doubt and possibility. It appears in everyday decisions as a balanced skepticism, allowing versatility but occasionally fostering indecision in career or lifestyle choices. When considering a job switch, an elder millennial might weigh the stability of their current role against entrepreneurial urges, debating for weeks before blending both by starting a freelance gig on the side. This ambivalence fuels their resilient optimism, rounding out their psychological profile. Resilient optimism underpins elder millennials' forward momentum. It is a tempered hopefulness, expecting setbacks but persisting through adaptive coping. It develops from surviving multiple disruptions like the Great Recession, wiring the brain's serotonin pathways for steady motivation rather than unchecked enthusiasm, creating a grounded sense of perseverance that feels quietly empowering. Daily, it drives consistent effort in personal goals, buffering against burnout while maintaining realistic expectations. After a project deadline slips at work, an elder millennial regroups by outlining small, actionable steps, drawing on past experiences of bouncing back from layoffs. Understanding these mechanisms offers a clearer view of this generation's quiet strengths. Elder millennials exhibit a nostalgia bias that anchors them emotionally amid change. Their adaptive flexibility and financial vigilance stem from transitional experiences, shaping pragmatic daily behaviors. Selective bonding and identity ambivalence highlight their relational and self-perceptual nuances. Resilient optimism underscores their enduring psychological fortitude. Elder millennials aren't lost in the middle. They're the psychological bridge, quietly integrating eras to navigate modern life with understated wisdom. If these insights resonate or remind you of someone, consider subscribing for more reflections on generational psychologies, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Thanks for reflecting with us on the subtle depths of elder millennials.